Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin. Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And, of course, Franz Wagner. He won't be an option for them.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
Now, here is Halliburton. Just 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Pass to Nembhard. No good with the triple. Suggs looking around. Here's Black. Fires from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Black's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Magic. Here's Mathurin. Halliburton with it. He's picked up by Mobley. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Boy, the strength that Turner has added to his body on display there. Stayed composed and got it up and down through the contact.
Indiana's shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Suggs. The rebound by Turner.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Last season, Miles Turner became the Pacers' all-time leader in block shots.
That's a pretty impressive feat when you consider some of the Pacers who played there historically. Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, Roy Hibbert. Come on now. Great work by Miles Turner. So we need to give him his flowers now, and I think he's going to continue to add to that shot clock total.
Launches it from deep. Offensive rebound. It's Nembhard on the wing. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Now, here is Halliburton. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
Well, that is great defense from Suggs. He's got all the tools to lock you down and lock you up.
The rebound by Turner. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Pacers shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. Mark, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And How about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Halliburton outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Suggs with the ball. Scoreless thus far. From the arc. The rebound by Shepherd. Indiana trailing here. Taken away by Williams. Now Suggs pushing it up. No one to stop. Oh, that was terrific.
My goodness. Boy, a bunch of pep in his step. Suggs got up a little extra on that one.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. There's 1:59 left here in the first quarter. And here's McConnell. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Magic leading by 4. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Chalk up 2 there.
That's where Toppin does most of his damage, and he's incredibly efficient down there.
Now, here's Suggs. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Pass to Hunter. Suggs with the ball. Clock at 4. Over McConnell. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
A nice shot by Nesmith.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Up top, Reddish. No scoring in this one.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Reddish with the slam. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Up top, Walker. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Magic. They're up by 1. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Magic.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
It's stolen by Barrett. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Jacks up a 3. They get it back.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Turner with the screen. Halliburton flies in. And finished off by Halliburton.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Barrett. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Miles Turner. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. 6 to shoot. Black. Pass to De Silva. Traps in the tray. De Silva's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic.
Even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
The tray. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Halliburton outside. And finished off by Halliburton.
How about Halliburton? Fella going right to the rim, sneak dunking on that attack. Impressive.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, the better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
At the elbow, it's Turner. Outside for Halliburton. And the 3 off target. Magic leading by 6. Here's Black. 6 points for him. Outside, Barrett. The rebound by Turner. Indiana moving it around. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the board.
Here's McConnell. Driving inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McConnell's got his first basket.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Pass to De Silva. Reddish with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Carter with the screen. And that one comes up a bit short. And Clark, as we watch Aaron Nesmith, he was such a great shooter in college, and it took him a while to find his stroke in the NBA.
And you know what, Kevin, nothing really surprising about that. Most players struggle to find their game in the NBA, to find their role in the NBA. But Nesmith, he's found his rhythm and his role, and he clearly is dangerous from behind the arc.
Here's Toppin. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Magic. Mobley a screen. A 3-ball. Anthony's shot is off. Indiana trailing here. Here's the break.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on.
Indiana shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And Orlando making a change here. Now McConnell. Right side to Walker. Pass to Toppin. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Mobley misses. And it's the Pacers with the ball. They trail by 1. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here's Nesmith. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Suggs with the ball. Clock at 6. Mobley wide open. Another miss by Orlando. And a wide open look for Walker. Drops in the tray off the fast break. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pacers lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here is Suggs. Outside Williams. To the middle. Here's Black. The Pacers pull it in. Here's Nembhard. And the Pacers another 3.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Here's the 3. Mobley misses.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Back to Turner. Siakam outside. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. And now an 8-point Pacer lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the 3rd quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Shakes him. Sweet move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
Greg, in January 2024, Pascal Siakam was traded out of Toronto.
And he came into the league an older player from a mid-major school. The Raptors did a lot to help Siakam, turning him into an all-NBA caliber player.
A kick out to Mobley. It's stolen by Mathurin. Here's Nembhard. Here's Halliburton. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jalen Suggs. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and
that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
6 on the shot clock. Pass to Suggs. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Suggs has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Pacers.
Nailed from three-point land. Halliburton's got the lead up to 13 now for Indiana. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. Now, here is Halliburton. 10 points for him. Another shot. The shot, no good.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
The 3. And it's Suggs missing. Pacers leading by 11. To the paint. Here's Siakam. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here are the Magic now. Pass to Suggs. 3rd quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And a wide open look for Mathurin. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. And the Pacers lead by 14. Here's Suggs. 8 points for him. Here's Black. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Black's got 9 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Here's Indiana now. They're on a 16-7 run. McConnell with it. He's picked up by Mobley. Toppin, no one around him. Good on the 3-point shot. He's got 7.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
And Carter has it in the corner. In the corner, it's Mobley. And he tries in. And Mobley throws it down.
And forget about finesse. This big fella's all about the power.
Here's McConnell. Back to Walker. Indiana moving it around. Carter pulls it in. The Magic trail by 12. Down low. Looking to get back on track here. That shot missing.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
3rd personal foul.
Free throw, no good for Walker. And it's Orlando's ball. 50 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Mobley is screened. Carter on the wing. Mobley outside. Walker with some nice D.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. Pacers leading by 15. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. He gets it in there.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Mobley outside. 3-pointer. Connects from 3-point range. Mobley's got 7 points.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And their ability to get 41. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Halliburton. It's Nembhard on the wing. Launches a three. And Tyrese Halliburton hits from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Carter with the screen. Into the lane. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mobley. Off target from outside.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Mobley outside. Over Siakam. Back to Black. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
And so it's Mobley now who brings it up for the Magic. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Williams can't hit. Pacers leading by 19 points. Knocked away. Stolen by Carter. Outside Williams. Lets it go with a three. That one falls coming off Carter's feet.
Carter Jr. does a nice job there giving it up to his teammate. A solid passer at his position.
For three, Siakam. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And a wide open look for Halliburton. Offline with his three. The Magic trailed by 16. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
The Magic making a switch here. Now Suggs. And it's sent back by Turner.
Miles Turner denying another one of the league's best shot blockers year in and year out.
Breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for Indiana.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Here's Halliburton. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Halliburton's got 12 points in just the second half. The kick out to Williams. Over Halliburton. The Magic again can't hit. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there. And I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Williams with a clean look. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Indiana. They're on an 11-3 run right now. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pacers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And you could see how badly they wanted this win. For two very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Tyrese Halliburton.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul. Off the inbound pass.
Boy, good contest that time by Halliburton. A combination of quickness and length allows him to defend at a high level.
That shot off. It's Orlando's ball. Here's Mobley. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Indiana with it. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Mobley. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Williams gets the bucket.
And I like that Mobley keeps his options open. He knows by making that pass, it could lead to something better.
Mathurin for 3. Doesn't go that time. So no problem for Indiana as they get...
Mac, this my